Okay, let's get started.
Ghosts are real. That much I know.
Hey horror freaks, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. If this is the first time here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can get a notification every single time that I post a video, and I post every single week. So you can see from the title, today's video is going to be horror movies that are set or that feature a high school dance or a prom night. Now, the reason why I wanted to do this video is since we are in prom season, although for some people prom already happened, there's still people that haven't or maybe are about to have a high school dance. And also, prom night and high school dances are one of those events that when you're in school, you have high expectations. Honestly, in my opinion, at least, I had a blast at my prom. I had such a good time. I know that that's not for everyone. I know that there's people that doesn't even care about it or they don't even go. And of course, then we have homecoming, we have winter formal, high school dances. They happen a lot, and they are also featured a lot in films. Likely at the end of a high school film, we're gonna have some type of high school dance. And horror is not the exception. There are some films that they are set on a prom night or that they feature a high school dance, and that's exactly what I'm bringing. I'm bringing 12 horror films that include high school dances or are set in prom night. And basically saying all that, let's get into the video. I'm going to start with the most basic and obvious one of the whole list, and it's CARRIE. We have CARRIE from 1976 and CARRIE from 2013. Basically, CARRIE follows a Carrie White that is a shy, friendly teenage girl who is sheltered by her dominating religious mother that unleashes her telekinetic powers after being humiliated by her classmates at her senior prom. CARRIE has become one of those films that you don't even need to see to understand the reference of the big blood on prom night. It's a very popular scene by itself. So of course it has to be on the top of the list. Now I will not be including the remake from 2002 since I do not like that one. I prefer the one from 2013. But my favorite one will be the one from the 17th, although the remakes are more faithful to the novel. But I still really enjoy the one from 1976, and this is a classic, so of course it's more obvious that had to be featured first. Next, we have another one that's a little bit obvious, Prom Night. We have the one from the 1980s and we have the one from 2008. The one from the 1980s that actually starts Jamie Lee Curtis follows at high school senior prom. A mass killer stalks 4 teenagers who were responsible for the accidental death of classmates 6 years previously. In contrast, we have the remake that follows Donna's senior's prom that is supposed to be the best night of her life through a sadistic killer from her past has different plans for her and her friends. The stories, of course, are very similar since we have the original and the remake. I know that for many people, prom nights from the 1980s it will be 10 times better because prom night from 2008 is not that good. It's very generic, but I actually enjoy it a lot. I saw it first, the one from 2008 and the one from the 80s. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a low-rated horror film that I enjoy a lot. No shame. Next, we have Cabin Fever, Spring Fever. This film follows a high school prom that faces a deadly threat, a flesh-eating virus that spreads via a popular brand of bottled water. This film starts right when Cabin Fever ended. So if you have watched that one already, you should go and watch this one. If you haven't, this film is actually directed by Ty West, the same guy that did X and Pearl and is doing Maxine. I didn't find about this until I was watching this film, like it was last year. I was watching it and I read directed by Ty West and I was like, wait a goddamn minute, this can't be. But yeah, it's the same guy. This may not be his best work, but I hope that will spark some curiosity and you will sit down and watch this one. The same level of gore and disgusting from the first one, but I think that the first one is a little bit better, but there's not harm into watching the sequel. Next, we have from 2008, Dance of the Dead. This one is going to follow on the night of the big high school prom. The dead rise to eat the living, and the only people who can stop them are the losers who couldn't get dates to the dance. I was surprised the first time I saw this film since I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it is, and actually has pretty good reviews. So I will suggest you to go and watch this. I mean, we already have big blood, we have a killer, and now we have zombies, and also we have the deadly virus. So adding zombies to the equation of what could go wrong on a prom night, I think that is pretty creative and fun. So this is the type of films that can be watched on movie nights. I should do that video about films that you should watch on movie nights or with friends, because this one definitely will be one. It's fun and it's actually, like I said, very good, and also it's a prom night, so definitely fits for we watch with a group of friends. Adding to all this equation of everything that could go wrong, now we have Aliens with Night of the Creeps from the 80s. Now this one is going to follow the alien brain parasites entering human throughout the mouth turn their host into a killing zombie. Some teenagers start to fight against them. This premise can remind a little bit to The Faculty. I really like that film. I don't know what will be the general opinion of that one, but it reminded me a little The Faculty. It takes place in high school, but it doesn't include a prom night, so that's why it's not included on the list. But they are kind of similar, but of course Night of the Creeps is from the 80s. It has everything that you could be expecting from an 80s film, so if you like them, this is a film for you. Next, we have another one that has a very good reviews and is very good. They love it once. This one is going to follow when Brett turns down his classmate's Lola invitation to the prom. She concocts a wildly violent plan for revenge. Yeah, adding up to the equation of things that could go wrong, saying no to the wrong person. I'm not gonna lie, the first time I saw this film was maybe like 2 years ago. I kept seeing it in a lot of lists of recommendations from 2000s, and I was very surprised and I actually enjoyed it. So of course that's why it's included on the list, because I actually enjoyed it more than expected. Next, we have Tragedy Girls. This one is going to follow a twist on the slasher genre, following two death-obsessed teenage girls who use their online show about real-life tragedies to send their small Midwestern town into a frenzy and cement their legacy as modern horror legends. The reason why I watched this one in the first place, I also watched this one pretty recently, like a couple years ago, was because it's a slasher. Being honest, I saw that it was a slasher and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. I had a good time. It may not be the best one of the whole list, but I think that it's worth watching it at least once. Next, we have one that I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want it to include on this list, but sadly I had to. Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Being honest, this film is not good. Like, being 100% honest, I do not like this film, but I had to include it because this one kind of steps out of the box, and instead of having the prom night at the end of the film, is actually at the beginning, and what we're seeing in the film is the aftermath of the characters coming out of prom. Now this one is going to follow a group of teenagers that get into a car crash in the Texas woods on prom night, and then they wander into an old farmhouse that this is home to Leatherface and his insane family of cannibalistic psychopaths. Like I said, for me, this one is not a good one, since there aren't that many horror films that include prom night or high school dances. I felt like it had to be here because I needed films to be on the list. But I watched this one like maybe once or twice. That was enough. Seriously, for me, that was more than enough. I didn't enjoy it, not even a little bit. But this one coming next is actually one that I enjoy a lot and I truly like, Jennifer's Body. Now Jennifer's Body is going to follow a nearly possessed high school cheerleader that turns into a succubus who specializes in killing her male classmates. Can her best friend put an end to the horror? I love Jennifer's Body. I love Megan Fox, Amanda Seyfried. I even own the pink jacket. I even did a cosplay of Jennifer Check, and I really like it. Even her dress that she wears for prom, I have seen it many times as a Halloween costume. It's great, and this is a film that I enjoy so damn much, and it's so sad that it has such low ratings and like bad reviews. This is a film that I have loved from the very first time that I saw it, and for me it's one of my favorite horror movies ever. No shame in saying it. I really like this one. And to conclude the list, we have Buffy the Vampire Slayer from 1992. This is the film. Now this one is going to follow flyly teenage girl Buffy Summers learns that she is her generation's destiny battle of vampires. The film may not be as good as the series, but if you are a fan, maybe you want to give it a chance. That's what I did. That's what I watched it. I preferred the series, but there's no harm into watching the film. So like I said, if you're a fan of the series, maybe go and give it a try. With that, we have concluded the list. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below which one is your favorite of this list, and did you went to your prom night? Like I said, I did. I had such a good time, and for me at least it was a night to remember. I had a blast with my friends. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you guys on my next video. Bye.
Close to real. That much I know.